Hey guys, today is 20-week bump date. I'm 20 weeks and 1 day today. So we found out the gender, we had an anatomy scan, we had all kinds of stuff go on in the past month. So we kind of guessed the gender from the first NT scan we had at about 13 weeks. The ultrasound tech did the nub theory determination, and she even said, like, I'll be pretty surprised if this isn't what it is. And then at 15 weeks we paid and we went to one of those, like, that's all they do is like just ultrasounds just for like the fun of it. So we went to one of those and they confirmed it there. But you know, you can never really be sure until the 20-week appointment, and we had the 20-week appointment on Saturday. So we went and they did everything else, and she again confirmed the gender. So I think if 3 different places have told us what it is, I'm pretty sure that it is a boy. We're super excited. I already posted the gender reveal video and everything. Oh, Helene, be careful. Oh my goodness. Hi. Ah! We're super excited. One of each is pretty sweet because Josh says he's done after this one. So one of each is pretty good deal if you ask me. We haven't really been able to pick out a name. With Helena it was super easy. With him it is super difficult for some reason. I think I have it narrowed down to the 2 that I like, but Josh isn't a huge fan of them, but he kind of said I could pick the name if it was a boy, so. We went for the anatomy scan. It was the first time we've been to this new doctor. This is where my birth center refers people to, and she even told me like a month ago, before we even set the appointment with that ultrasound place, she's like, the doctor is very good at what he does. He really lacks bedside manner, but he's very, very good at what he does. So I was like, oh, okay, like, you lack bedside manner, like, no big deal. So I went in, and she said too, that he always comes in to discuss the ultrasound with you while you're there. So don't get freaked out if he comes in and wants to talk to you, because he does that with everyone. So I was like, okay, that's really cool. Like, if he doesn't have bedside manner, at least that's really cool that he does that, because usually they'll do the ultrasound, you won't see a doctor, and then you'll get like a call a few days later from another nurse or something. So we did that, and we went. The ultrasound tech was super nice. She did all the measurements and everything, and she didn't say anything was wrong or anything, but I don't think they can really tell you. So she went out, and then he came in. And then he came in, and he didn't smile. He wasn't very friendly at all. So the first thing he says when he walks in is, "Have you already done testing for Down syndrome?" What the hell? Like, I'm sitting here thinking we're having this great day, and that's the first thing he asks when he comes in. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, what testing exactly did you have done? So at this point, like, my heart's just racing faster and faster every second. And so I'm like, we had the NT scan and then like the simple blood work that they do with that. Oh my god, she is moving this tripod all over the place. So I'm gonna be in like 7 different positions during this video. Okay, no, but so he asked what kind of testing do they have done. I said they had the NT scan where they measure the fluid in the back of the neck. And then they did like the simple blood work where they measure certain like the serum test, I think it is, where they measure like certain proteins or something. They didn't do like we didn't do like the super invasive like panorama or maternity 21 or whatever it was. We didn't do those tests this time. The OBGYN I was seeing said, you probably don't need to do that test. It's really expensive if you don't have a reason to do the testing, because you're so young and you don't have a history of anything, so it's probably not really worth it to do it. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I told him, like, yeah, we had the simple ultrasound and we did the simple blood work. He's like, okay. And I was like, and then he does an ultrasound too. So he gets the ultrasound machine and he starts looking at stuff, and I see him, he's looking at his heart. He's not really saying anything, and I'm just kind of looking like, okay. So he goes and he's looking at his heart. He says, okay, so what I'm seeing is there's a small calcium buildup deposit or whatever on his heart, and he showed me, and there's this tiny little white spot on his heart. And he's like, in and of itself, it's not really anything to worry about. It usually goes away by itself. He's like, but it is a marker for Down syndrome. And my heart just like sunk. Like I just went from like being super happy from seeing our baby to just like I couldn't even like process like what was happening. And so he's like, that's why I was asking about it. So I'm like, oh my god. And I can see Josh's face, his eyes got super wide, and I think he was more worried about how I was going to react. But I just kind of like froze, which I guess is better than like bawling in the middle of a doctor's office. So he's like, I don't see any other markers, and you said your other test came back okay. So he's like, I'm not too concerned about it, but that is a marker, that is one of the markers that we look for Down syndrome. And he just kept like, I don't know if it's just he could have, so he basically made it seem like it's not a very big deal, and it happens in a lot of babies that don't have Down syndrome, but it is something that they look for when they consider Down syndrome. And I just, so basically, like Josh was trying to tell me too, like he basically said there's nothing to worry about and it's fine. But I'm a pregnant mother, and when the first thing you ask is, did you do Down syndrome testing? It kind of makes it seem like, yeah, like he just seemed really concerned about it. Like he didn't say he was, but just the way he said things just it wasn't reassuring. So I've been pretty much crying the last 3 days. I've been really upset. I'm a big worrier anyway, but when it comes to me being pregnant, my hormones being all off, and just when it has to do with my children, I get about 100 times worse. And I'm still freaking out about it. Like I have my moments where I'm like, oh, everything's fine, but then I'll go from everything's fine and I'm just happy and everything to just bawling. So I think next time I go to the midwife, which is going to be on this Thursday, I'm going to talk to them about it, obviously, but I think I'm going to pay to get the blood tests that can tell you like with 99% accuracy or something, because they get the baby's DNA from my blood. And so I'm going to see if they'll do that for me, which I'm sure they will. And then I want to go back for another ultrasound at about 28 weeks or so and see if the calcium deposit is actually gone or going away. Because I think 20 weeks is the only scheduled appointment ultrasound I'm scheduled to have. So I would just be more comfortable like checking up on it again. Even though I'd rather not see that doctor again. They did say he's very, very, very good at what he does. So that's most important. I can put aside the bad bedside manner if it means he's really, really good at what he does. So I'm trying not to worry about that too much, but I mean, I'm a mom. How do I not worry? I would love him either way. And I don't think I would ever get an amnio, because that in and of itself can cause a miscarriage. I know there's only like a 1% chance, but I don't even want to risk that. And it wouldn't change anything anyway. Like depending, just no matter what like your views are or whatever, I wouldn't have an abortion if it came out that he does have Down syndrome. And it's just not worth the amnio and having something happen to him either way. So that's it. I would like to know, but I'm not gonna get an amnio. So I mean, I can feel this little dude moving around a ton in my stomach now. He went from not moving much at all to like I can feel him all the time now. Josh can feel him moving sometimes. We know how babies are. As soon as dad tries to feel the tummy, they just like stop. So I will show you my belly, I guess. There's with my dress down. There's with my dress up. Yeah, let me see. I got little shorts on, so yeah, I mean, I'm getting bigger. I've gained a pretty good amount of weight, so hopefully that'll slow down soon. But that's pretty much it for the 20-week bump date. I will let you know the next eventful thing that happens, I guess. So thank you for watching, and subscribe if you want to see how this all goes, and I'll see you next time. Bye.